make a living in the movies, but for the past 20 years, I've also been a cop. My name is Steven Seagal. That's right, Steven Seagal, Deputy Sheriff.
You should hear the rumors about Steven Seagal. Rumors are that I'm going around kicking the shit out of all the bad guys, and when we're out, bad guys are hiding because they know you hit so hard. You know what I'm saying?
They know you do be Steven Seagal.
Yeah, but they also know we ain't playing. These are the Jacks, you know, these are the projects.
Yeah, the Jacks.
That's him right there, the white car, the white car.
Get up on that boat! Get him, Johnny! Get him!
He's yelling, get him, Johnny.
Go to the right.
Steven, let me drop.
Just telling you where the holes are. Watch this guy. You're good. Clear right, clear right.
Steven, let me drop.
At this speed, one false move and any of us could be dead.
You guys watched my 90-minute film.
Yes.
90 minutes, super
I'm going to submit to Cannes, my 90-minute
Thank you
film.
for sparing us.
It's a French New Wave film that I made.
When the world is speeding by for others, I see things for what they are. A cock of the head, a foot planted forward or back, a flick of the wrist. They all tell me something. It's time for Alex's sidearm qualification. I went over with him kind of a Zen method of breathing and sight picture and posture and hand grips and beautiful stability. Your elbows, your hips, oh, just let it fly right where it's supposed to go. The Zen masters in Zen archery too, they don't pull the arrow, they push the arrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna rush you. And the next thing you know, he's coming like this, so you gotta get like this too.
That's right. They're gonna be trying to punch your face in and grab your gun.
Right.
I'm one of the highest ranking Aikido teachers in the world. What do they call? Take that chin, press it up against your shoulder, and you can pop this.
He seems like a stereotype of a donut-eating cop, right? The first several episodes is him like fucking up repeatedly. When he was qualifying with his gun, he made it by 1 point. Like he barely qualified. And then after like 4 episodes, he does not appear anymore. It's like, I think he got fired. Or
Can
put
you
on desk duty.
imagine being the student of Seagal? Like, how humiliating.
Yeah. Your job is to like fall down immediately if I touch you.
And from here, this will get his attention real quick. You feel that?
You on his mouth or his neck?
Either way. We can flip him like that. But from here, you gotta be able to turn him over so that he can't go for a weapon and come. Here's a hole. Look at that. I found a hole. Now I got him. You see?
Yeah, you do.
Look at that.
And all of a sudden, I get up right here, and suddenly he turns
I want to be back here.
away from the muzzle.
And from here, I can flip him this way. See how quick I get to the side there? Looks easy. It's not easy. Takes a lot of practice.
Something to that. Yeah, the list. It's coming in this way.
I want to protect my guys that I love. That's my whole lecture for the day.
Okay. So,
Look at that.
Can we talk about Seagal's supervision?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love how it zoomed in and then it was kind of like a 3D effect. Yeah.
Well, it's like how, is it the Predator that can, like, see in crazy UV
Infrared.
light, infrared? Yeah, it was kind of that.
Heat vision.
It was like beep, bop, boop.
He's just a natural at policing.
Let me look at these guys.
Here comes his superpowers.
Is this
You ready
Seagal
for this?
vision?
I think these guys over here are drinking. Let's back up here and see what they're doing.
His superpower is supervision. Adult.
He sees
supervision.
things.
Yeah.
He's too observant. He's like, what's that over there?
It's also convenient that his vision and what the camera sees line up perfectly.
And it's probably like minutes after the other cops had found it. And he's like, what's that, Johnny?
When I search, a lot of times
that
I'm
a
always
scarf
searching
you-
in places where the cops could be kind of hidden in plain
Trying to
sight.
blend in. It's in the
Rice.
Cracked rice. I've got a quote from a NYPD detective after watching Seagal's Lawman. Seagal couldn't find a Jew in Tel Aviv.
What?
They looking to Mitch yet?
And Steven Seagal was the one that was like, check the other minute.
He put his own drugs in there.
Well, these
probably.
boys not playing, huh? Man, that's a lot of crack cocaine, boy.
Found drugs in them?
Yeah.
You serious?
Yeah, man. Dead serious.
That was definitely not reported later.
Yeah, man. Dead serious.
Yeah, he's like the Flava Flav of the police officers. He's the hype man.
Get him, Johnny. It seems like they're squishing the aspect ratio to make him thinner.
Poets, they were healers, they were mystics. A lot of drugs. We found some.
How about his fake voiceovers? Where they were trying to make it sound like on the spot. He's like, we better make sure we look in those oven mitts. And it's like, clearly the audio is added later. Like,
Also,
mostly.
who hides their drugs in their oven mitts?
Yeah. Well, just the fact that repeatedly we see like there's 40 cops tearing through
Yeah.
everything. Seagal's just like wandering through. And I was like, did we check there yet?
Right.
It's like,
What were you reaching for, man?
That's my food. You reaching for your food? Yes, sir.
Well, then you won't mind if we just take a look, right?
I love it when Seagal turns on the
hey
phonics.
mate, hey mate, how you going, partner?
You got your whole life ahead of you, partner.
When he's wearing a
But look at here.
No one noticed that.
Seagal vision.
That's a kind of a big bag of weed you got on you.
Seagal should not be on a raid.
Was he the first
Taking
day?
point.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
Get on the ground now. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down, everybody. Don't move, Chunky.
Come in.
Let's
Guns.
get the others out of here.
Calm down.
Keita, go get my phone off the bed. I'm about to call my mama.
Pink.
Little kid handcuffs.
What's wrong with y'all?
Oh my God. I just love the way they put babies in harm's way like this all the time. And then they start screaming at us.
Because you're the harm.
You just let like 30 people with guns barge in.
Yeah.
Why do they put babies in the way? In their house.
Man, when these guys hide the stash, they hide it good. Check this door right
Look at
here.
this drug house.
Could be anywhere.
Here comes Seagal supervision.
There's some crack right there.
It looks like
That's personal use crack right there.
That's it. That's all you got. 2 dime-sized rocks.
Straight up.
I don't think I'm buying. 2 rocks of Louis.
Based on our intel, we expect to find a lot of drugs. We found some and we're taking it on that.
What?
it's like
So like tiniest amount of drugs. Well, they put like kids in harm's way. Like they're
Not
fucking
even-
terrorists
yeah.
strapping children onto them.
Everything all right, baby? Everything cool. Everything fine.
it just really
I mean,
frustrates
someone's
me
going to jail.
because it's like this sort of stuff is like a symptom of like a larger.
Children are our future. We gotta protect them.
I felt really bad for that guy that was busted for like weed. There was coke there, but it's
it-
only a little bit.
I know. I was like,
It was definitely his own. It's,
yeah. It's like I know people who have this amount of coke in their home.
Yeah, but did you notice it was
couldn't
never
point it out.
I've never done
cocaine?
coke. I've never done coke.
It was always
Not
crack
any of
cocaine
us.
they found. There's
Yes,
always a
not
big
us.
distinction.
Boy, that's a lot of crack cocaine.
I mean, it's not
It's
just
always crack cocaine that gets you in trouble.
He was like, "Oh, look at the rocks." He
Yeah.
seemed so interested.
Oh,
He
the
was
rocks
like,
are
"Ooh."
good.
The rocks, Hank.
No, they're minerals. Jesus, Marie.
Those are good
Oh,
rocks.
yeah.
We
Those
got
are
our
good
blue
rocks.
stuff out.
Like he was like, "Ooh, look at all the drugs. I'll just take some home to study these more closely."
Which, by the little blue stuff, that is super unreliable. I've read about like whenever you hear like, oh, they found like baking soda and they spent like a week in jail and it turned out to be baking soda or something. It's because of those tests.
like I've gotten like spices and herbs from like one of those places where they like sift it out of like and they put it in like a little bag.
I feel like I write it on the little like twisty tie. And it has,
Well, if you
like,
don't
the
write
little
it on the
space.
twisty side, it's a felony.
Well, that's why I'm always
Right
looking
now.
out for later Jess. Because if I'm pulled over, I want to be like, these are just herbs.
The only thing
of
you would
no
get pulled
drug
over for
type
is driving
desire.
under the speed limit.
Yes, I'm very slow.
What the is this? The back door was wide open.
That's weird, huh? It's an old man and an old lady.
Look at that. Supervision on the old lady flipped him off.
With
I
the
can't believe she just. Excuse me, man. Was that your new turn signal?
We would pull it all the way up on the
why
ground.
is their door open?
I didn't understand that turn signal.
Oh, okay.
Is that something new?
Oh, okay.
Okay, but
Wow. 80-year-old lady. What's this world coming to?
Oh my god.
And it was so profound.
That's kind of, deep. Y'all have any crack now?
They're looking around in the backyard and they're like, wait, have we looked under the shed?
Look under the shed, Johnny. But he doesn't look under it. He tells them and they have to look.
Well, because he probably can't lean down.
He can't lean down.
And then get back up.
Here comes some Seagal vision.
There, look under that shed over there.
You can tell they add that voiceover later. Hey, look under that shed over there.
There he is.
We also learned that he's friends with the dog trainer.
That he's been working with for 20 plus years.
Yeah, most things he's been doing for about 20 plus years too.
In my home, I have trained attack dogs. This guy that broke in my house, my dogs might have killed him. So this is my buddy Carr. For the last 2 decades or more, I've been working and training German Shepherds. And then I started training them for protection in my early teens. He comes from Eastern Europe, and there, his owner
they have
trained
dogs
him
here,
to
right?
be aggressive towards everybody. Enough. Seats. Woo. That's how fired up they get, boy. Hey! I think maybe we should take a little break. Enough. House. Enough. Damn. Oh. Yeah, even Carr's not listening, but usually he's perfect, but.
Well, it's a whole nother dynamic.
He's usually perfect, but when the cameras are on, interesting.
It's kind of like when you take around like a shitty boyfriend and he acts up when you're out with your friends, and you're like, normally he doesn't abuse me, but
but when in front of you guys, my friends come around.
Yeah.
He doesn't normally talk about Steven Seagal all of the time.
Enough. Come here. Here. Good dog. For about 25 years, I've gone to children's hospitals all over the world.
Everything's like
As long as
20
I'm alive,
years
I'll
or
keep
more.
doing this.
20, 25 years.
I've always done
this.
He hasn't picked up any new hobbies in the past 5 or 10 years. Everything he's been doing.
Just really honing the old ones.
Well, 30 years ago, he was really not into anything, but...
A lot of people know me as an actor, but I've been playing the blues all my life.
All my life. I came out with a harmonica. My dad was nice enough to shove it in my mom. 6 months in.
Can you sing like a blues song from the perspective of a baby? Came out of the womb.
Got no titty. But need some milk. But got no titty.
Do you want to look into the camera and talk about titties and milk? We can start a side channel.
Tell you, I've been friends with Steven Seagal for about 20-something years.
Wow, what?
Me and Jess have been together for 25 plus years.
Almost, yeah. Over 20 years.
First date?
Yeah, I got her the day she was born.
Yep. Yeah, 20 plus years.
He asked you to prom when you were in 2nd grade.
And I went.
6-year-old me walked in. I got that baby. The baby's mine.
While grooming. Seagal claimed he attended a police academy in LA, receiving a certificate from the Peace Officer Standards and Training Organization. No records certifying him in anything could be found by the LA Times.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when did he go to police school?
He's been at police for 20 plus years.
He's like, well, I was on the set of Police Academy for a few hours. I figured that was...
Not Police Academy 1.
7.
No, yeah. Police Academy. What's the one where they're in Moscow? That's probably the one he's in, right? What skills can we add to the list of Seagal skills?
Judging whether a sword is sharp is a specific skill he has.
This is the sharpest sword.
When you're a police officer, anytime there's an encounter and an engagement, the strategy that I apply always really comes from the ancient philosophy of swordsmanship. Menguchi? Straight into the throat. Very dangerous cut. This one, there's no mercy. This would really normally decapitate him. And I'm stopping.
Decapitating him?
Great samurai killed when they have to.
The guy comes at him, just like sword way up in the air.
My technique is not all how to just kill somebody. Once that thumb is off, they're done.
Even if you chop off like
Yeah,
any.
the other guy isn't even swinging at him
Yeah.
or quickly. He's just going off to the side.
Swordsmanship is a philosophy, it's a way of life where you learn how to not only protect yourself, but all innocent people. When you're a cop, all of those techniques and all those philosophies come into play.
Thank you, Sensei.
Later this week, I'll be testing some of the sharpest swords in the world.
I've been testing these swords for 20 plus years.
He's really great at comforting the wounded.
Yeah. If only he were here.
Wow.
To comfort Dee Dee.
Mother, man. Oh. Damn. This ain't good, man. Go over there and sit down, baby. Come on over here and sit down. You want to get out or you want to sit here?
You might want to even put it. Yeah.
I'll just kick it out.
Okay.
They have the jaws of life.
Yeah, what was the point of that?
And it seems goes like, oh, I gotta kick this window in.
I like how there's a film crew present with lights, microphones, everything, and Steven's helping with his little flashlight.
Yeah, right.
I knew it was going to be a head-on collision. I knew very, very well that it was going to be terrible because I could see him going into a huge onslaught of cars going in their direction. I knew it was going to be bad, and it was bad.
Right now.
I loved the one kid who had like leukemia, I think, and
Oh
he
my
was
God.
like,
Sounds like you're gonna be good.
What you got, brother?
I've been diagnosed with leukemia. I had a bone marrow transplant.
Uh-huh. Well, it sounds to me like you're going to be doing good, brother. Everybody needs time for a break sometimes, so...
Just glared at him. Sounds like you're gonna be fine. Do not enter without mask and gloves. Do not enter without mask and gloves. I was like, open up.
Unfortunately, me and my team can't fight disease.
Ballistics expert. Oh, that's definitely birdshot. You're gonna be fine.
Yeah, he could get blown in half by a shotgun.
Shotguns
though.
can blow you in half. Every cop knows this. Unless it's birdshot, which he has to phone.
Johnny, put your lights on.
Barney Fife noticed something.
They got dope, go! Come on, let's go.
They got dope.
Go.
Go.
Go get 'em.
Which he went and picked up like 4 feet in front of that car.
Yeah, why would they drop drugs immediately in front of a cop car?
Because some of this is probably not filmed. The stage. Half of the stuff is staged.
Alright, Alex. Look at this.
Whoa!
Boy, don't make a false move, you hear me? Came up at him, threw the swung up against the car gently. And all of a sudden, it's a sawed-off shotgun. Then I threw the swung up against the car gently. To police officers, shotgun is the ultimate nightmare. You can blow somebody in half.
What's going with the shotgun?
You just said the old shotgun could blow somebody in half.
it's not a video
Amazing.
game.
Right. Do that in a video game.
Getting shot with a shotgun would suck.
Yeah,
You can blow someone in half.
It's what they call them on the street.
shot me, I don't know. I sure wish you would tell me the guy's name. I feel quite certain that he saw the guy who shot him, but he's not talking. It's a dirty mother shoot you in the back. You hear me? It's a dirty mother who do like that. Let me tell you something, bro. If it's a light load, like a birdshot load, you're gonna be fine, you hear?
So it goes from shotguns can blow you in half to, well, it's birdshot. You're fucking fine.
Between you and I, man, that was almost a point-blank gunshot.
Ballistics expert.
Someone was trying to kill him, for sure.
But he's
A
fine.
lot of times we see
birdshot.
people that have more respect for the streets than they do for themselves.
I mean, they got guys dying declarations. Don't identify their assailants.
So they're talking about the dude wouldn't tell him who it was. Which we were talking about.
Maybe
He's
he didn't
like,
know.
Who? What's his name? He's like, I don't know. I didn't see him. And they're all like, it's the code of the street. They won't talk. And it's literally he got shot in the back. Like,
Yeah, like he
I
didn't
don't
see
think
who
he
it
saw.
was.
He's like, I don't know. And they're like, why won't you talk?
Expert in firearm training scenarios.
Yeah. the shoot house fats.
Yeah.
So I'm just bringing everybody over to the range right now to see if I can sharpen their skills a little bit.
I'm bringing all these cops so I can sharpen their skills.
Hands up in the air so I can see them. Step back.
I'm pretty sure they have this game at the arcade.
Slowly.
Yeah.
Get down on your knees. This is a real life scenario, but it's computerized. It kind of puts you in situations where you really don't know what to expect.
Even though it's a game to us, it's not a game.
Police!
Is this a Sega
Let me
CD?
see your hand.
How to not get confused and to know when to shoot.
Shoot fast.
Got one in the back seat. Watch his
Firearm
hands. Watch his
training
hands.
simulator, probably. Does that sound right?
This is the kind of training that
Shoot house
builds
fats.
your
Yeah.
foundation.
Firearm
Maybe that's Steven Seagal's drag name.
training simulator.
Shoot house fats.
And he can give acupuncture, I guess.
He
Yeah.
does the acupuncture.
Yeah, he's an herbalist.
Bad guys are hiding because they know you hit so hard. You know what I'm saying?
They know you do be Steven Seagal.
Yeah, but they also know we ain't playing.
It's like when the bat signal's out, all the criminals know, like,
That's what he's
What
doing.
would the Seagal signal be?
Ponytail holder.
Not the, like, the widow's peak.
I don't know, maybe the tiny glasses in the sky.
Widow's peak with.
always gonna buy some deer penis.
Yeah.
You have turtle shell, yeah. I went to Asia in the late 60s to study the martial arts, Buddhism, herbology, Oriental medicine, and have been studying and practicing and working on people as a healer ever since.
This team for men's sex.
Well, you know, having been a friend of Steven's for 25 plus years,
Oh, 25.
about these
25
type
plus.
of remedies.
Hypertension. Appetite.
My appetite is good, that's for sure.
Appetite's good? Well, sure. Look at the stomach. You think I got this from not eating? Acupuncture for you lose weight. No hurts and nothing.
I trust you with a
I've
pistol.
been doing this just as long.
Anybody else would like to get a... My stomach.
Are these 70s porn music?
Important points here.
I'm not that close with you, you hear?
It was kind of corny.
Oh, there it is.
Very good. No hurts. Good.
We speed up the metabolism and make the fire stronger. You will eat less, digest more, and lose weight. Right?
You know, I'm not here to
he's the
shame
master.
people, but
I'm the
Seagal.
Seagal being like, you so to lose
In all due
weight.
respect to you as the master,
So
Garlic.
we've seen him in films where his character can do acupuncture and herbal medicine and chiropractic and is a gun expert. All these things that he's like, his characters in films are just him, right? Can you think of any other actor?
They're like his idealized self.
Yeah,
Like, he's like,
it's-
these are the things I want to be good at and think I'm good at.
I'm an Asia dork, and here's all the Asia dork things I do. Plus, he's a soldier.
Yeah.
But in real life, he's pretending to be a cop.
Studying acupuncture, herbology, massage.
Can you think of any other
It's
actor?
one of the lamest things you can do.
Like, for example,
Pretend.
George Clooney has a spy satellite to spy on African dictators. In real
Really?
life. Yes. In real life, George Clooney has his own spy satellite.
What's he doing with that information?
He's tracking Africa. I forget which country it is. Rwanda, Darfur, something like that. Give information like, oh, the People's Militia is on the move. You got to move your
Oh,
people.
wow,
Like,
that's
George Clooney
cool.
does that in real life.
Wow.
In Ocean's 11, Danny Ocean isn't like, oh, by the way, I need to check my African satellites. You don't incorporate yourself to that degree.
Well, also, I think George Clooney probably has a healthy self-esteem.
I think Nicolas Cage is a little like that.
Yeah.
A little.
That's I don't
Not-
know what skills does he have? Because I
Okay,
know he's
well, Nicolas
crazy.
Cage is really into Elvis. And
Yeah.
there's been several movies where
Okay.
he's like really leaned to the Elvis thing.
Like Wild at Heart.
Yeah.
Supervision.
He's in there. I think he's in there.
But just like zoomed into the corner of
There's
a...
a lot of glass everywhere.
Well, Seagal did
He
a
tried to get in
supervision
here and then he went in through the
said
window
he was
there.
in there.
And I don't think he got out before we got here.
He's still in there.
We don't really want to go
Simply
through the
breaking in.
window.
Yeah.
We're really not supposed to anyway. We're going to put that dog through the window and let him get in there. And if there's anybody in there, you'll hear some screaming.
So apparently they can't go in, but they can just throw the dog in the window?
As you can see here,
How do you
this
get
is
the
our
dog back?
top. We tried to
Yeah. Also, like, what if it's like someone who's like hurt or
Yeah.
and then the dog attacks?
A dog
A dog attacks a person in a diabetic coma.
I don't know how this guy could have got away. I swear to God.
So note again, Seagal did his
It
supervision.
looked
He's
to me
still
like
in
he
there.
got in there and something spooked him, a second alarm,
Was not in there.
and he must have somehow got out that back window and faded into the shadows.
Cool him off a little bit. Go out there, strut out stuff, and see if we can't make some money for Bridge House.
Angelina Jolie! Oh, that's right. Play to Steven Seagal.
Coach Hot Pants! Woo, lady!
Oh, yeah. Rock the house down.
A little risque.
Watch out, ladies! He's coming to get you!
Like it's painting.
Oh yeah.
Give it girls.
Well, the one movie I watched where Seagal was in a strip club, he didn't really seem to enjoy it.
And then he blew it up.
And he blew it up.
Let me look in here. What is it? I'm going to tell you in a minute.
It's a bottle of piss.
This is
Marijuana.
I wouldn't sniff it, Chief. It's like some kind of unusual substance that's actually inside the bottle. Some type of, whatever. We don't know what it is.
Some type of
Marijuana, like this.
No.
That's marijuana.
No. One of them is, I'm not really sure. And the other one is, I really don't know what it is.
You know, I don't see any marijuana in it. It's alcohol, yeah.
He said it's herbal medicine.
Yeah, it is. We do this in Asia, Larry. We make this in
We
Asia.
do this in Asia.
We take all kinds
But
of
you don't know what it
powerful
is.
herbs. As a Buddhist, you know, I really don't believe in killing anything unless I really have to.
Take a couple of shots.
I know.
Generally speaking,
He's
we
always
usually
talking
have
about how
team of
he's a
about 8
pacifist, but
SWAT
he
team
always puts
members.
himself in these
We have
situations
silence,
where
22 rifles.
So very, very important that we maintain the integrity of these canal bays.
Boy. Especially with the danger we have here with hurricanes.
Yes, sir.
hurricanes and high tides.
See all these big holes? They dig that.
And they're causing major erosion.
If SWAT is going to shoot them, at least we're honoring the cycle of life by tomorrow going to the zoo and feeding the alligators with the dead nutria.
You have nothing to worry about.
It's a circle of
a
life.
kill-free night. Fortunata missed
The
two,
cop
and I
shoots
missed
the
two,
varmint
everybody
and then feeds it to the alligator on a reality show. It's the circle of life.
I would not.
Yeah, I
You would
wouldn't
feed an
either.
alligator?
No.
A little bit.
Are you saying Steven Seagal is braver than you?
Dumber.
He's agreed to help me give my team the heebie-jeebies and the willy-jillies. So, we're gonna have some fun.
The heebie-jeebies and the willy-jillies.
I heard someone say
I've heard
willy-jillies.
heebie-jeebies. I've never heard of willy-jillies.
Yeah.
There's a hole down here.
Look at the athleticism on display. These men sit down.
And you slide your legs in.
It's like one of those fake Japanese tables where you don't actually have to
Yeah,
sit
it's a
on the
hole.
floor.
They cut open the tail so you can eat the meat raw.
The lobster's still moving, still alive.
Oh my god.
As a Buddhist, you know, I really don't believe in killing anything unless I really have to.
I didn't think you could eat raw.
I don't think it would be very good.
Or like safe.
Take a look at this face now. Right
Take a look
there.
at this face now.
Just like Lawrence.
I do not want to try it, okay?
So what is this, sir?
That's uni. That's sea urchin gonads.
Sea urchins have gonads. You want a piece?
Why don't you grab a taxi, brother man?
Today my birthday, bro.
Here's another
Today.
20.
Today, yes, sir.
So according to the Chinese astrology, you fall under the animal of the dragon.
Which
Which
goes
is a
by
magical,
year,
mystical
not by
animal.
day or month.
So use your magic to get sober and do good and prosper, okay?
Yes, sir.
Poets, they were healers, they were mystics. They really understood the art of being a warrior is really practicing the arts of war for the purpose of stopping war.
Look how smooth he is going from thing to thing. They only had to cut like 40 times. Look at that.
It's like a Marvel movie.
Sword.
So you have to go to jail.
So I can't leave right now.
No, you can't leave. You can leave.
You're going to be leaving to jail.
What a
Do me a favor,
one-liner.
put your hands behind your back.
You're gonna be leaving.
Discovered a method to. I always bring my
True
wife
love.
and my baby coons on with me.
And
Look
his son,
at that.
Coons
He's
on.
getting big and strong. I have 6 children.
white Mustang with a big giant Who Dat sticker across the back windshield.
How the f they steal a Mustang with a big Who Dat stick on it?
Yeah.
I think the question is who that stole that car.
Who dat?
Finally pulling over some white people.
No kidding.
Because someone told them the car was stolen. Not because they're suspicious, but it was like, oh, that's a stolen car.
What's going on? Well, we just got a call of someone of a description trying to break into this house.
Does he live here?
He did. His mama put him out.
Show us where he's trying to break in.
See the coconut? That's how you got in.
She threw a coconut through the back window.
Man. Threw a coconut through the back window. He what? Threw a coconut through the back window. He did?
Really? He wasn't formally evicted, so it's still his residence. But he did throw a coconut through the back window. Turns out to be his window and his coconut.
Yes, that is my window. Yes, that is my coconut.
Did they run tests on the coconut to like
For prints or something? Yeah.
They put it in that liquid and they're thinking it. Yeah, it's blue. That's a coconut.
There's money in the toilet.
There's always money.
Somebody got some dope down, but the money's right there.
Look at all that cash.
I want to put it in the toilet. It's wrapped in there. I didn't flush everything.
When I lived in Japan, I studied Oriental medicine for many, many years. And I'm going to use some of the herbs and oils to fix Marcus up. This is cinnamon. This one is to kill virus, bacteria, fungus.
You got to get in the shower, boy, when you get home. Because your lady will kick you out. Well, that's voodoo. Yeah. Damn.
But this stuff really works. That's to stimulate the lungs. A really cool way to film that is like, 200 millimeter. Yeah, I'm leaving tomorrow to shoot a movie. My producers flew in from Los Angeles to discuss the opening scene. This gangster comes up here, has a machine gun. I take him out, have a big gunfight with these guys, kill most of them, and then maybe finish off one or two. Okay. And I'll come in here like this, throw you down like this, and kill you by stomping your face with my foot so I could just boom.
Do I struggle? Do I attack you?
You could try.
I would not want to be under
And the
Seagal's boot.
Why not?
Because he might actually stomp on your head.
Because he's bad at stunts.
Yeah.
That's like that.
I met my wife out in Mongolia about 8 years ago when I was there to raise money and try to finance a movie about Genghis Khan.
He was doing some location scouting and casting. I was translating for a famous costume designer, and I was interpreting for her. And that's how I met Steven.
And he was casting?
When I first met Steven, I got quite
They didn't have money yet, but
feeling
he's
about
casting.
him. He was just
there's
beautiful,
layers of sketch
interesting,
here.
very powerful, and we're all three of us completely in love with each other, and it's amazing.
Mama, this is gonna go in my police bag.
Okay.
Can you pack my lunch for me? I need Lunchables in my police bag.
Come home safe. Because, Kunzang and I are waiting for him.
This kid is gonna have so many issues when he grows
Kunzang
up.
What if he stumbles upon your
No.
videos? What if this kid stumbles upon your videos?
Well, he's probably.
Wait, how old is he now?
Yeah, he's probably like 13 now.
That's the age.
If
Kids
you're
start
watching
YouTubing things.
Kunzang, let's talk.
We'll set you free.
Okay, later, Steven Seagal facts. He has a passion project. He really wants to be Genghis Khan.
Okay.
He's into Genghis Khan.
Shouldn't he get someone who's Mongolian?
Steven Seagal is Mongolian, according to Steven Seagal. He has a photo.
Is it true that also you have a grandmother in your lineage that is Mongolian? Is that true?
Well, no, it's really probably on my father's side because all I have is a picture of my father's family, and they got pretty slanted eyes and Asian clothes, so they look like Russian Mongols, but I don't know what they are, but they're something Asian.
Did John Wayne beat him to this role already?
This is true, and it also killed the whole cast of that movie with cancer because they filmed it in a nuclear test site.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, John Wayne in Yellowface was Genghis Khan.
Temujin, under his heel the cowering nations, in his arms the unconquered woman. He took what he wanted when he wanted it.
I have fingers to grasp a sword and eyes to see, your treacherous head is not safe on your shoulders, nor your daughter in her bed.
So anyway, he's in Mongolia in 2001. He's trying to raise money for his I'm Gonna Be Genghis Khan movie. He gets an assistant/interpreter whose name is Erdentuya Batsuk, which is his wife, Elle. They call her Elle now, E-L-L-E.
I love being renamed by the men I married.
She became his interpreter assistant in 2001. They got married in 2009. So she worked for him for several years.
And she still wanted to marry him?
Had to.
She trained as a dancer from an early age at the Children's Palace in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. Was considered the top female dancer in Mongolia. Particularly excelled in ballroom dance.
She could have had like any
She decided to
number of.
then become Steven Seagal's assistant.
Was she injured while dancing and had to give up that career?
Did she hit her head on something?
Yeah.
In 2004, Seagal was at Ray Charles' funeral. He met Ray Charles' granddaughter, hit on her, offered her a job interview to be his assistant. According to her, he asked her, quote, "What do you know about the Japanese art of massage?"
Yeah.
He then starts teaching her how to give him massages. So, add her to the list. He started hitting on her at her grandpa's funeral.
Ray Charles's
Granddaughter.
Yeah, I've recently filled the position of wife, so now I have an opening in the assistant position.
In 2005, Seagal Enterprises began to market an energy drink known as Steven Seagal's Lightning Bolt.
Yes, Seagal is someone you think of as high energy.
So by 2005, all the good names for energy drinks were taken.
Yes. There are two flavors.
Ginseng.
One is Cherry Charge. I want you to come up with another flavor.
Ginseng go go go.
Good.
Well, you all can't top ginseng go go go.
That was good. I was going to use ginseng
Cherry
too.
Charge.
Lime.
Lugubriousness.
Lime lightning. Ginger.
Pretend you're Steven Seagal. What would really energize you?
Bushido Booyah.
Booyah. That was
good.
a good
That's
one.
better than the real one.
Yeah.
Aikido, let's go.
I guess. I like that. Aikido, let's
Fruit
go.
punch in the face.
Fruit punch in the face.
That's pretty good.
Quality.
That's not bad.
Quality, babe.
Thank you. I worked hard.
You did.
Yeah,
I had to do
that's
some
good.
brain jogging.
We've clearly done more work than they did.
Yeah.
What is it?
Asian experience.
Oh no! I was
So
gonna
the
make some little Asian lady joke, but I decided not to.
Asian experience.
Asian experience. So your two flavors are Cherry Charge and Asian experience.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
Yeah, what flavor is it?
What flavor is Asian experience? Right in that comment.
What the fuck?
What color is it? Yellow? Is it
Clear.
piss yellow? Geisha ginseng?
Or ginger flavor, you know.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's also cherry, like cherry blossom.
There's both
Yeah, cherry blossom would be great.
Yeah, two flavors.
Two cherries.
They're both cherry.
They just need to call
One
the other
flavor,
one
two different
something
names. Maybe it tastes like cum. Quat.
Okay.
It's 100% natural, and it tastes just great. In fact, it's so good, he likes swimming in it.
How's it going, baby?
Boss, I've got another 2,000 cans to go to fill this pool.
Man, I feel so sorry for you, but you know what? I really wanted to swim in Steven Seagal's lightning bolt with you.
Yeah, but you know I love doing it because I love you.
I love you too, baby.
Lightning Bolt is a unique energy drink. It's the first of its kind. With 100% pure juice blends and is the only energy drink to contain Tibetan goji berries and Asian cordyceps. And it hits the spot every time.
Now we can both swim in Steven Seagal's lightning bolt pool.
Cool, baby. Thank you, man. You do the right
Thank you,
thing.
darling.
You are such a... Everybody just see that?
Darling.
Привет, дорогая.
Привет, дорогой, это тебе.
Спасибо.
Сестричка, я сейчас к тебе присоединюсь. Милый, могу я пойти и поплавать в лайтнинговой водичке?
Конечно. It's good to be the king, isn't it? And guess what? It's gonna happen to you if you drink lightning bolt.
Try it today. It's electric.
Seagal has an aftershave.
Why?
You got a name for this aftershave?
I just want to call it shitty smells.
It's called Scent of Blank.
Scent of a man.
Asia.
Scent of Asia would
Yeah.
make sense. It's Scent of Action.
I was gonna say something along those lines of like
Scent of
weapons.
Scent
Murder.
of action. In 2010, a 23-year-old woman named Kaden Nguyen alleged that Steven Seagal tricked her into thinking she was going to be his executive assistant.
He hasn't been his assistants.
Is during the filming of Lawman. She wasn't there to be his assistant, this is according to her in the lawsuit. He was expecting her to cater to his sexual desires, forced her to take, quote, illegal pills, and pulled out a gun when she resisted. The suit claims that he kept 2 attendants for sex wherever he went.
Ew.
And that she applied for this job on Craigslist and was hired after 3 interviews, was taken in a limo to a private plane where she met Seagal on their way to New Orleans to film Steven Seagal Lawman. Seagal allegedly told the young woman that his wife, quote, wouldn't mind if we had a sexual relationship.
We're all 3 of us completely in love with each other, and it's amazing.
He, like, locks her up in his house that we saw on the show.
Yeah.
And, like, in the basement to be his sex slave.
Oh my god.
And she escapes after a few days. It involves him showing a gun at her. She left in a cab, left everything she had behind, was told she wasn't going to get any of this stuff back, and she had to keep quiet about all of it. So she filed a lawsuit, was seeking more than $1 million in damages, and eventually the lawsuit was dropped mysteriously, and it all went away. So she
Settled out of court.
And as a non-disclosure agreement, it would seem.
Wow.
Allegedly.
He took someone in as a sex slave.
And apparently had 2 already.
Yeah, what the fuck? That's
And he's still
horrifying.
like walking around.
In Russia. He's walking free in Russia.
And all these beautiful surprises, just amazing.
We raised our hand and we took an oath, and the real guys will give their life for a total stranger at the drop of a hat. In looking at this beautiful baby and his mother, I also look at all my other fellow officers and myself in a sort of a new light, you know, and hope and pray every day that we all...
I really realize how amazing I am when I look at my son. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I made that.
I did that.
They're kicking my jizz. I jizzed that.
In the wake of these allegations, they were going to open an internal affairs investigation because he's a cop, so it's internal affairs, right?
Oh, God.
But she wouldn't come forward to the Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office where he's working. She didn't come forward to them. And so they're like, well, we can't charge him because she's not coming to us to do this.
Why would she go to them?
Exactly. They're on fucking TV.
Yeah,
like,
being
buddies
friends
with
for
them.
over 20 years.
So
I
you
thought
would
that'd be
understand why you wouldn't go in for
FBI
that.
situation, right?
But rather than face the internal affairs investigation, he fled the state.
Oh, that's why they moved shooting to Arizona?
Right. So there's first 2
Wow.
seasons of Lawman
Oh my god.
are in Louisiana. Season 3 is in Arizona.
Where he's always
Where-
been a cop for 20 plus years.
Also is. So after being accused of sex trafficking while being a police officer, Lawman, the show must go on. Can't do it in
Critical.
Louisiana. So where in America, what sheriff who needs the limelight so much is going to be like, yes, bring your sex trafficking ass down here. I'm going to let you have a gun and pretend to be a cop. Who would do that? But of course, Joe Arpaio. This is 100,000% who Joe Arpaio is. He's racist grandpa who's a sheriff somehow. At one point, he tells people that he's, quote, I'm on loan from Louisiana.
What's that mean?
Because that's what sports teams do with their best players.
Right.
They loan them out to other teams. You do that with your best players.
Right. So Joe Arpaio is known for just seeking publicity for everything he can. It's on, near the border, so he's always arresting immigrants. He puts them in what he calls his tent city, which he's also called a concentration camp.
We already have a concentration camp. It's called Tent City.
It's former Maricopa County Sheriff Joe Arpaio's own words on immigration that now have him convicted of a federal crime.
I stand by.
And does things that are illegal. Has had federal judges tell him to stop because it's torture. Yeah. And then he got contempt of court for ignoring federal judges telling him to stop torturing immigrants. And so he got charged with that, and Trump pardoned him.
Yeah.
Probable cause exists indicating that forgery and fraud may have been committed in President Obama's long-form birth certificate. But more disturbing evidence.
Bad guys are going to get their guns. It's going to kill you. I'm hoping that somebody else in there has a gun and will shoot that person before he shoots you. You have 43 guns?
Oh, yes. I've been collecting them for the upcoming race war.
This is who we're dealing with. This is Joe Arpaio. He has a posse where he just lets people who aren't cops help enforce the border. So according to reports, Seagal,
legal?
You're the sheriff. Which, by the way, sheriff does not mean you've been a cop for 50 years and you've risen
it's
the
an
ranks.
elected position
It's an elected
in a lot of
position.
places.
Yeah.
So you can just be like, I'm a racist grandpa, I want to be sheriff. And they're like, sure.
If enough people agree.
If enough people vote for you, sure.
Is Donald Trump very rich?
Oh, he's got money, but you know, he doesn't act like he's rich.
So do you think President Trump, he's your friend, do you think he might have had a golden shower?
Would surprise me.
Oh.
According to reports, Seagal and Lou Ferrigno were sworn into the sheriff's immigration posse at the same time.
Oh, Lou Ferrigno's a bad...
Apparently. He's
bad
in the
guy.
posse on the border. Lou
He's
Ferrigno, he's the original Incredible Hulk.
Okay.
Yeah, I became sheriff when I was 60 years old.
My first job was a hand job from my mother, and it was newspapers. What was your first hand job?
Whatever I did in my life, I always did that extra. It gets me in trouble sometimes.
We already have a concentration camp. It's called Tent City.
So if Donald Trump calls you up after this and says, Sheriff Joe, I want to offer you an amazing blowjob, would you say yes?
I may have to say yes.
So they started making more episodes of Lawman in Arizona. Apparently A&E, Arts and Entertainment, the Opera Channel, is fine with the sex trafficking allegations. Because they're like, yeah, we'll follow you in Arizona and keep shooting the show. But after a few episodes when they're responding to reports of a man is raising chickens for cockfighting, Steven Seagal and company ride in on a military surplus armored vehicle, roll over the walls of the compound. There's flashbangs, all the windows of the house are broken, and there's only one guy there with 100 chickens and a puppy. The puppy's dead. Some of the chickens are dead. There's a big lawsuit. He's accused of killing a puppy. That's what finally kills the show.
I like that they value the puppy more
puppy.
than the woman.
Asian lady is a sex slave. Steven Seagal rides over a puppy in a tank. That's gonna make the headline. All the headlines say tank, by the way, and it's not a tank. It's an
It's one of
armored
those
vehicle.
like bashers, right?
More than bashers.
Early this morning, the sheriff's SWAT team, complete with 2 armored vehicles, descended on a small farm in Levine to serve a search warrant on Jesus Sanchez Llovera for operating a cockfighting ring. The windows of his home were broken, his front gate stood bashed in, and there was a movie star in his front yard.
He's working with us just like 3,000 other volunteer posse.
Animal cruelty is one of my pet peeves.
The former action star took a strong role in today's bust.
I came in the 150 and we were to break down the gate. We broke down the gate, deployed out on the 2 side, and we're just sort of, trying to guard one side of the house.
In our SWAT division and what we do, in my opinion, we're more cutthroat than Hollywood.
Who had garlic, man? Is that you, man? You had the garlic? That is disgusting.
So it's just like, why do you need to, when they do these raids where like 400 cops show up and it's like, it's one guy with chickens.
Yeah.
Like, what are you afraid of?
And then they kill a lot of the chickens.
Well, I heard about this one guy who he made a gun that shot chickens.
One of those birds.
That was Hot Shots Part 2.
Shots.
Part 2.
Part 2.
Hot Shots Part 2. And like the lady's trying to flush all the drugs, and it's like, okay, fine. They're like, we have to rush in, otherwise they'll flush all the evidence.
Trying to flush money.
Are you flushing 100 chickens? So, like, what is your justification?
No, I'm gonna put them in the ring, and they'll all fight real fast. And by the time you get here, there'll only be one left.
Also, like, you wouldn't be able to flush that many drugs.
How many chickens can you flush?
I mean,
before you need your cock knife.
Well, which came first, the chicken or the egg? Probably an egg would go down faster. Yeah. I've never tried to flush an egg.
Or a chicken.
Yeah, same.
You get the body down and the head's just spinning.
Hey, can't you see I'm using the toilet?
Did you know that Shaquille O'Neal was certified as an officer in the Tempe Police Department?
No.
When he did that, he had to pass the Arizona Peace Officers Standards and Training Board. So he had to go through some training, get certified. Steven Seagal, no such records.
Also, Shaquille O'Neal starred in his own TV show called Versus, where he challenged athletes from other sports to like a contest within their sport. And he was very like humble about it, like, oh yeah, these guys are really good. Like, of course I didn't beat Ben Roethlisberger at a football throwing thing. He's really good at it.
Not a rape contest.
No.
Because Ben Roethlisberger. Oh. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame in 5 years. He's retired. They were at least right that this guy was raising chickens for cockfighting. I don't know you need a tank for that.
Yeah.
You can just knock on the door, probably.
They're like, oh, well, there's chickens, there's Coke.
Quote, during a totally routine raid on the home of a cockfighting suspect. Totally routine.
So what?
Raid on the home of a cockfighting suspect. Seagal captained a SWAT tank to lead dozens of officers in riot gear as they first set off explosives as a distraction, then knocked down the fence and wall, blew out windows in the house, swarmed his family room, killed approximately 100 or so chickens.
So he gets to run this raid to free chickens, but he had a sex slave.
Like months earlier.
Yeah, sex slave, not sex chicken. There's a difference, okay?
Oh. If he was fucking chickens, it's fine.
What makes you want to put your life on the line against, drug traffickers, human traffickers, rapists, and the likes protecting the border? Why do that?
I'm a warrior, and that's in my blood.
There's human traffickers, rapists.
I have a Reddit post to discuss. So this person claims...
Oh, you're making her step on Gizmo.
This person claims that they were an armorer. So like the gun person on the set of a Seagal film. The film was Sniper Special Ops. He says, Seagal had to bring his own gear because of his size. He couldn't reach down far enough to put his own pistol in his leg holster, and we had to do it for him.
You couldn't crouch over?
Yeah, bend over to put it here. They had to rework the script and the set so that he was shooting while holding the gun on a barrel because he couldn't lay down.
Oh, no.
The production didn't want to spend money on the 50 caliber rounds, so the guy in the back of a Humvee shooting a gun had to just shake it. He insisted on bringing his own pistol to the set and wearing it during the filming. At one point, he turns to a colleague and says, whoops, let me unload that for you first, and ejected the mag and the round he had, which was a Black Talon hollow point.
Oh my god, someone could have gotten shot.
Yeah, so while they're using fake guns, and they're on a set shooting fake gun stuff, he is carrying a real gun with live ammo, with a bullet in the chamber. So don't improv with the guns on set, is all I'm saying, if you're hanging out.
Are you always armed?
Yes.
Right now, if I was to look around this room, would I find an arm of some sort that you've brought with you?
Yes. When Brandon was killed like that, they called me a few minutes after it happened. It was in Carolina somewhere. They called me in the middle of the night and they said, we think that he's dead, but the guy shot a blank gun at him. How could he be dead? And I said, you will find a projectile in him. You'll find a bullet in him. And they said, that can't be. You're crazy. And I said, you will find a bullet in him. And they called me in the morning and they said, you're amazing. And I said, why? And they said, there was a bullet in him. And I can go through the whole story on what really happened, which most people don't know, but...
In 2013, Russia's deputy prime minister suggested to President Obama that they should appoint a special diplomat to bridge the gap between Russia and America. His suggestion, Steven Seagal. Special diplomat.
Man, that's a lot of crack cocaine, boy.
Obama declined.
Special.
In 2016, so while Obama is still president, he becomes a Russian citizen. Vladimir Putin gives him his passport. By the way, Putin will play hockey games where the other team is not trying.
I have not seen that.
He's got his own like Harlem Globetrotters set up.
Yeah, Putin has his own like Harlem Globetrotters, Washington Generals.
Where he's like bubblegum.
And he's just like very slowly 60-year-old man skating and scores a goal, and they're like, oh, you're so good. In 2018, Vladimir Putin appointed Steven Seagal as the special diplomatic envoy for Russia, in charge of improving U.S.-Russia relations. So they're like, hey, you should make him the American diplomat in charge of it. And then they're like, no. And then Russia's like, well, we'll make him a hard diplomat in charge of improving our relation. What? In 2020, he got in trouble with the SEC for a crypto coin scheme. It was called Bitcoin with 2 I's.
Oh my god.
There's more to the name. Bitcoin 2Gen, which is abbreviated to B2G. He was fined $157,000 and is banned from promoting any securities for 3 years, which is why there's no Seagal NFT.
There will be. They're going to put restrictions on NFTs in the next year or so.
Elaborate.
So right now it's just like you can get away with like scamming people like left and right, and it's not. Buy our NFTs. It's not at all like regulated
NFTs.
by the whatever whoever.
NFTs.
NFTs.
I'll take 3.
But
there's only one.
I
It's
don't know how they work.
non-fungible.
Yeah, it's a unique item.
It's a non-fungible token.
that's why you can't
That means
save
there's only one.
the
So
image.
Didi is an NFT?
How do we scam idiots into making money out of this thing?
I know.
That's the key. Gromling's an NFT. You can have her. $5 million. You can buy Gromling.
Yeah, 5 million.
Payable
that
in
sounds kinda nice.
Bitcoin 2Gen. That's all we accept. I'll also take a million Asian experience flavored energy drinks.
Wait. We should split. You don't
No,
get
I'm
it all.
telling you. Cutting all this. In May of 2021, Seagal received his membership in the For Truth Party. For 15 months into the pandemic, what were you doing? Steven Seagal was getting his membership in a new political party in Russia.
Wow.
What do they want? They want Russia to annex parts of Ukraine and Georgia. So this is really hot happening right now for them.
Yeah, this
Looking
is
great.
this is very timely.
Very timely. Steven Seagal is always timely. He's always on the cutting edge. Somebody made a fake post, a fake news post, where they took some stills from, I think it's Cartels, which is a Steven Seagal movie where he's in like tactical gear, and they put like a fake CNN banner on it that's like, Steven Seagal spotted in Ukraine fighting for Russian special forces. And Joe Rogan ran with that and said that it was real. He's a Buddhist Lama. He is the reincarnation of a 17th century Buddhist mystic named Chandra Dorji.
He knows that? Somebody told him
all
that?
the Buddhist lamas are like reincarnations.
They have to be a reincarnation of somebody, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
They had to decide who he's the reincarnation
So they were probably
of.
all the monks were probably sitting there like, who was that lama who was like a real dick? Remember that lama everyone hated?
Chandra. Remember Chandra?
Oh yeah, Chandra. He fucking sucked. This guy's probably him.
Tina Turner and Richard Gere have led accusations that he bribed to get his appointment.
Oh.
They're Buddhist also.
Oh.
Tina Turner and Richard Gere.
Wow. Huh.
According to the Omega catalog, Steven Seagal, also known as Tirtan Rinpoche, has been formally recognized as a Tulku, which is an incarnate Lama from a past life, which is recognized by H.H. Lama Penor Rinpoche, who's the head of the Nyingma lineage of Tibetan Buddhism.
Okay.
So this guy is who he bribed, Penor Rinpoche.
Shouldn't most Buddhists be, especially like one of that standing, be immune to being bribed because like their religion is about transcending the need for
stuff.
Oh no, a religious leader who's not earnest?
Wait.
Oh God.
Wait.
No.
That can't be.
No.
You should do a thing about that. I've never heard of anything like that.
Blow my mind.
I want to see if I can come down inside your mind a little bit.
In 2012, a writer for GQ traveled to the Omega Institute of Holistic Studies for a weekend course with Steven Seagal. Before he arrives there, told to address Seagal as Rinpoche, which is Tibetan for precious jewel.
Precious jewel.
He tells them that his career slump in Hollywood is because of his Buddhism and that studios want him to fight.
But he wants to be in action movies?
No, he wants to be in non-action movies, apparently.
Rom-coms.
But Hollywood will only put him in action.
He's moved into his rom-com phase now.
Yeah. But like, since then, he's doing
No
all
one
these...
wants him in their rom-com.
He's doing all these straight-to-video things that are always action. They're
Yeah.
always dumb action where he's got a samurai sword for no reason. The writer reports that Seagal is usually an hour late to every event and leaves early. I read the whole article, and it was just mostly like, Seagal's late. And then he talks for 30 minutes about, like, have you heard of karma? And then
Mansplains to the people that have been there.
Let me tell you something, bro. Y'all have any crack now?
No. Pay attention to me, LL, or else I'm gonna do something self-destructive. For example, I just got an honorary sheriff's badge, and I'm gonna start making real arrests.
Hawk knife.
I jizzed that.
I caught these two guys with 3 kilos of cocaine. What do you think they were doing with it? Making shark for girls' softball games.
Threw this one guy up against the car, gently. Yeah, man, dead serious. We do this in Asia, Larry. Sea urchin gonads.
Maybe it tastes like cum. What?
Powdered deer penis? Let me tell you something, bro. You got your whole life ahead of you, partner. The heebie-jeebies and the willy-jillies.
They were going with expert timing.
Need some milk, but got no titty.
Look at that. Good dog.